Well, I have a background in architecture and started to do art or work as a visual artist right with my masters, and from there I took off into the art world. I mainly do photography, film and video, but I also do some installative works, some performance sometimes. I worked on two parallel tracks, so on one side I collected ideas for sceneries and characters that deliver monologues, and on the other side I was working intensely on the text collages. As you know, there are 13 screens in here, so we have 54, if I'm not mistaken, manifestos in this project. The project never really changed. The work is still the same, but the world changed in the last 2 years massively, as we all know. And so that made the work change a lot in the eyes of the audience. It has now, in the eyes of many people, transformed into almost something like an anti-populist piece. I guess it's because the artists in Manifesto teach us that you can be angry and loud, but you really have to have something to say, which is quite the opposite of what populists do. They're just angry and loud, but they have absolutely nothing to say. For me, very fascinating to see how the work activates questions directly connected to the very politics of the very space where I'm showing it, of the very cultural or political context where I'm showing the work. And that people take out of these texts that are up to 100 years old or even older, direct political messages that echo in them, thinking about the very political world we're living in at the moment. I'm always happy to enter in a dialogue. I'm very happy that this work is shown just in front of the White House. So let's see if somebody from over there makes it over here. I doubt it though.
To put out a manifesto, you must want ABC to fulminate against 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All current art is fake.
Cate's fame certainly helps to attract another audience to the art world or to the movies now, for the movie version of Manifesto, that are seeing that film only because Cate is in it, and that makes me actually very happy. She's a very, very intellectual artist, a very, very smart and humorous person, and has her own audience anyway already. There's a practical reason for the fact that there is a film version of the project. I needed to finance the installation, and it's a quite ambitious project, also budget-wise, and so I approached people in the movie industry or film funds and a TV channel asking to help me with the installation, and they were willing to do that, but they said you need to give us something to justify our support, so something linear. And so Cate and I knew from the beginning that we would have to produce out of the material we were shooting. When we finished shooting the installation, Bobby Good, the editor, and I thought that it's going to be very easy to stitch that together, as we knew the material by heart by then, and then found out that it was terribly boring to just add up the scenes one after the other. So we had to invent a kind of visual narrative, replacing the non-existent narration in this film. It's not a movie, and they're not even 13 or 12 short movies. It's rather situations and just lining them up. So we overcame that and solved that by creating a different visual narration. I've worked on America as well in my work. I've done a project called American Night, which is talking on the way the myth of the frontier echoes in US foreign policy today. Well, I try to be in the States at least once a year. I love New York. I was there with my family a year and a half ago for 3 months, which is still far too short. I would love to spend more time.